Previously, we discussed the three sisters of the former Danish queen, Queen Margrethe II of Denmark, Princess Benedikte of Denmark, and Queen Anne-Marie of Greece. Similarly, the former Dutch Queen Beatrix has four sisters. Beatrix is the mother of the current King of the Netherlands, Willem-Alexander. However, today we will not delve into the story of these four sisters. Instead, we will talk about the three generations of Dutch queens: Queen Beatrix, her mother Queen Juliana, and her grandmother Queen Wilhelmina. The Netherlands once had a king named William III, who was the father of Queen Wilhelmina. William III initially had several sons, so the throne was not expected to pass to Wilhelmina. Unfortunately, all of William III's sons died young. Wilhelmina's brother, William, was originally betrothed to the second daughter of Queen Victoria of the United Kingdom, but the marriage did not take place. William fell in love with a noblewoman and wished to marry her. However, his father, King William III, did not approve, insisting that only a true princess was suitable for his son. There were rumors at the time that the noblewoman was an illegitimate daughter of William III. After this blow, William fell into despair and eventually died. Wilhelmina's second brother died young, and her third brother is said to have suffered from depression and committed suicide in his 20s. These three brothers were all children of William III and his first wife, Sophie. Queen Sophie also passed away relatively early, reportedly due to the heartbreak caused by her husband's infidelities. Afterward, William III married his second wife, Emma, who was 41 years younger than him and also of royal descent. It is unclear what Emma was thinking when agreeing to marry William III, a man much older than herself, who was known as one of the greatest playboys of his time and had a notoriously violent temper as a ruler. However, after their marriage, Emma, using her emotional intelligence, managed to create a very successful and harmonious marriage with William III. They had only one daughter, who would later become Queen Wilhelmina of the Netherlands. At that time, the Dutch throne could only be inherited by males, and William III had three brothers. Theoretically, William III should have passed the throne to one of his brothers. However, his second brother died in his 20s, his third brother had no children despite marrying twice, and his fourth brother died the year he was born. Subsequently, William III considered his surviving uncle and one of his uncle's sons, who was his cousin. However, both of them died a few years before William III. With no other options, he had to designate his daughter as the heir to the throne. To ensure that the royal power would not fall into other hands, he decreed that if Wilhelmina ascended the throne as a minor, her mother, Queen Emma, would serve as regent. This also demonstrated his recognition of the capabilities of the young Queen Emma. In 1890, when Queen Wilhelmina was just 10 years old, King William III passed away, marking the beginning of a long era of 123 years of female rule in the Netherlands. Queen Wilhelmina was very beautiful in her youth, and she inherited her mother's intelligence. During her 50-year reign, her various investments made her a billionaire, reputedly the richest woman in the world at the time. She also laid the economic foundation that would sustain the Dutch royal family for generations. However, her marriage and offspring were less successful. Queen Wilhelmina married a German prince named Henry, who was very unfaithful and had many illegitimate children. She experienced multiple pregnancies and miscarriages, ending up with only one daughter. This further strained their already tenuous marriage. After Henry died of a heart attack in his 50s, Queen Wilhelmina went so far as to find his many mistresses and provide them with financial support. When it came to finding a husband for her only daughter, Queen Juliana, Wilhelmina was very careful to protect her wealth. Juliana also married a German, and they signed a prenuptial agreement to ensure that Wilhelmina's assets would not be divided. Queen Wilhelmina reigned for a full 58 years, making her the longest-serving monarch in Dutch history to date. Her reign saw the First World War, the Second World War, a severe economic crisis, the Great Depression from 1929 to 1933, and the independence of Dutch overseas colonies. She witnessed the downfall of monarchies across Europe. In just a few decades, those who had once held scepters like hers disappeared swiftly. Among them were Charles I of the Habsburg dynasty, Wilhelm II of Germany, Umberto II of Italy, and the last Tsar of Russia, Nicholas II. These monarchies, compared to the Dutch monarchy, either had deeper family histories or vast territories. Some of these monarchs were even Wilhelmina's cousins. Yet, when the wheels of history rolled over them, they were powerless to resist. Queen Wilhelmina herself was not without worries. Colonies were continually seeking independence, and after the First World War, social activists in the Netherlands called for the abolition of the monarchy. During the Second World War, she fled to England, where she established a government in exile and issued declarations of resistance, earning the title Mother of the Resistance. However, she was persistently questioned for fleeing her country during its time of crisis. Fortunately, after the war, she returned to the Netherlands, where the people accepted her. Ultimately, she was able to peacefully transfer royal authority to her daughter.